people, and it's gone on far too long.
I'm asked all the time, James, when are you going to stop preaching about the homeless and just go away? First of all, it's we. It's not I. And we'll go away when people no longer sleep in doorways. We'll go away when people no longer sleep in cars and under bridges. We'll go away when people who abuse substances are treated as human beings and given treatment on demand. It's a health care issue, damn it. We'll go away when you tear down the shelter industrial complex and build safe, affordable housing with decent jobs. We'll go away when attacking homeless people is made a hate crime. We'll go away when youth are allowed to live as youth and not forced it by the streets to find a way to survive. Until then, we will be right here. There are more of us than there are of you. We are the Poor People's Campaign. We are the National Union of Homeless, and we will rise.
I think I chose to support the union because I finally see somebody out there that wants to help. You know, I finally see somebody out there that wants to help, that has the ability to do so. You get so lost out there on the streets. It's living just day to day. You tend to lose track of that 5-year plan, and so having somebody that that's there to support you and to help you think outside of the box a little bit better is it's going to build rainbows in this town.
For too long, we've had too many people in power too comfortable with other people's desperation and other people's death. We have not provided what is necessary for working class people, for poor and low income, low wage workers. We call them essential workers as a title, but many of them feel more like expendable, like Claire Kincaid, who died in a meat packer in Mississippi. I think we have to stand up and fight, and that's what people are saying now. They're saying what we're going to do is we may have to go to work to live, but we're also going to organize. We demand an agenda that cares for poor and low working people, the people who make this country run, because if our people are going to have to die, we're not going to die quietly, but we're going to raise our voices. If we are in the process of breathing our last breath, we're going to use those breaths to fight for a better democracy and to breathe some love and some justice into this American experiment.
Being poor is not a sin. Poverty is a sin. Being homeless is not a sin. Homelessness is a sin.
That's right.
I went to a men's prayer breakfast at my church, and one of the men comes in all upset. His face was as red as a fire truck, and he was saying, "I can't stand paying my taxes for these mothers that lay up in these projects just to have babies." And I asked him then, I said, how many mothers do you know that live in the projects? He didn't know any. And then I asked him if he knew that 59% of the budget went for the military and war, and less than 1% toward food stamps and the poor.
Teach, Doc.
Homelessness in this country is going to continue to get worse unless we do something about it.
I will say this, that I'm going to stay committed to striking, showing up in these streets, using my voice, door-to-door knocking, canvassing, taking whatever it takes to win justice for all. Because we may not run America, but we make America run.
I joined the Border Patrol in 1995 when we first started building our first fence. And we claimed that that wall would stop immigration. And all it did was kill a lot of people. We have got to put a stop to this. And I will call out these Border Patrol officials who lie to Congress every time they sit up there and say that this is some kind of crisis is out of their control, we have got to say that this is not going to be done anymore.
I'm here to speak to you today about militarism. And as an Afghanistan war veteran, I wanted to highlight one of Dr. King's critique of militarism when he said this way of injecting poisonous drugs of hate into people's normally humane cannot be reconciled with wisdom, justice, and love.
I am honored to come before you to say some words about what Dr. King called the fierce urgency of now. Beloved, if there ever were a time that this city, this state, and this nation needed a deeply grounded moral movement to do more mobilizing, more organizing, more registering people to vote and registering people to build the movement, if there ever were a time, that time is now.
I'm a volunteer organizer with the Poor People's Campaign in Wisconsin because I know there is enough food, enough clean and safe water, and definitely enough money for every human being, not just in this country, but in our planet, to live with dignity. So join me in fighting to create the society we all deserve to live in.
We want